All right, so I have 8th Street group with us here today.
Yeah.
And since we are also on video, those of you who are hearing audio, you can go to our YouTube channel and see the video. I'm going to get you to introduce yourselves to the audience and
Yeah.
tell something that may be just kind of unusual about you or something someone may not know about you. Okay. So it doesn't matter what order, just kind of go around.
Yeah, my name is Ivan Hughart, and I do the baritone part for the group. And been singing my whole life. Grew up in church singing different things. But interesting thing, I would say I play the steel guitar. A lot of people probably wouldn't know that about me. So I've been playing the steel guitar since I was 16 years old. And love it, love the instrument, love to hear it, but I also love to play it. So, yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, I'm Jonathan Thompson. I sing tenor with the group, and I guess I would say probably something interesting about me that maybe they don't know. I have some cattle. We have a small little cattle ranch we got going on, so we just have some beef cattle. So it's kind of a little bit unusual, I guess, but that's
pretty neat.
something I've never really talked about.
So when do we get invited over for steak dinner?
Exactly.
He still hadn't invited us.
Oh
so.
my goodness! Oh my goodness.
Man,
Yeah, one of these days.
one of these days.
All right.
So I'm Byron Hughart. I sing lead for the group. Something about me, I play the drums.
Yeah.
I'm a drummer. So
Been playing since you were
since
about 3, right?
since I was about 3 years old. And I'm 34 now. So
And your parents kept you alive.
yeah, I drove them crazy in the room.
Patience.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
And
good.
we are brothers.
We are
I don't know if
brothers,
you
by
picked
the
that
way.
up.
Okay.
Those
all
two
right.
guys are brothers.
He did drive me nuts growing up. Yes.
That's what
See,
brothers
he
are for.
said put earplugs in his ear. He said he's like,
Yeah.
That's good. Well, tell us a little bit about the group, kind of where it all started and where you
Yeah.
guys, and kind of what's going on now as well. So.
Yeah, well, we actually were raised up in a church there in Sapulpa, Oklahoma, which is a little bit west of Tulsa, and we actually came up in that church together, and we learned about gospel music and about Jesus and all that kind of stuff. And I like to make the comment, my mom would look at us, give us dirty looks across the piano if we got off pitch, but anyway, we learned all about that. So in honor of all those memories and things like that, we took the name 8th Street because the church is on 8th Street there in Sapulpa, and so that's kind of where the name came from. We formed up. I was actually asked to do a fundraiser thing for a youth thing in our area, and we'd been kind of messing around just kind of as a trio, and we said, you know what? I said, guys, let's do this thing. So we went over there and did that, and then we started getting some people asking us to come and sing. So it kind of started a thing. We eventually did a local an album there with a local studio in the area. That was our first one, and then we actually won a competition with Daywin for our second one, so we got a free album out of the deal out of that. So that was our first trip to Nashville to do a recording. We enjoyed that, and we did another one with them. And then this last one that we just completed, we actually did with Matthew Browder was our producer, and John Darren Rousey from the Guardians. He did our vocal producing for us on that. But yeah, just kind of been a journey for us, but we've really enjoyed the journey. It's been great. We've really enjoyed this. So
Yeah.
So you mentioned Oklahoma.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So is that pretty much as far as your travels, or where do you guys?
We just got back from Ohio last week, actually. Yeah.
We do a lot, or have done a lot in the past couple of years in the 5-state region that's pretty close there: Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas. But we've started branching out quite a bit. We've done Iowa, South Dakota. That was quite the trip.
Yeah.
Then we've done Ohio, Indiana. We're getting ready to come back up next weekend and do. We're going to Missouri for a couple, and then we got to go back over here to Tennessee, and then Kentucky again the weekend after that. So we're starting to kind of branch out a little bit, doing some road miles for sure.
Yeah, crisscrossing the country. I'll tell you.
That's for sure.
Yeah. You mentioned South Dakota. We drove from Georgia to South Dakota 2 summers ago.
Wow.
And that was quite the trip.
I bet it was.
I will say, I did enjoy being out there when I saw 90-mile-an-hour speed limit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed that.
Yeah,
you
no
know?
doubt. We love that.
When you're in the Atlanta area, you're either going 90 or you're sitting still. It's one or the other.
No in between,
There's
right?
No
Yeah, no in between.
So-
ours is about 80 miles an hour.
Yeah, we can go 80 in
Something
Oklahoma.
like that.
Okay, so you at
So
least
we're
get
used to that,
Yeah.
Yeah, in Atlanta, it's just a suggestion. But anyway, that's good. So, tell us, as far as your audience, I mean, as far as churches, concerts, what is it that you kind of find yourself doing in your travels?
We do a lot of church services, different things. We've been a part of events. We've been like the Seminole Gospel singing out in Oklahoma. It's been going for a long time. And we've been a part of that a few times. You know, it's kind of a mixture, but we do a lot of church services. But we're definitely open to doing any type of event that we've done. Birthday parties, we've done.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. But
Yeah,
yeah, we did a birthday
We,
party.
we do a little bit of everything. Wherever God opens the door, we just try to walk through it.
I had a great story when we first started. Our first, where we actually got paid to sing, was a fall festival party
Yeah.
in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma. But this lady loves Southern gospel music, so it's in a big cornfield. They got a big corn maze, and they got like all kinds of hay rides and stuff going around us. And
Nobody cared about gospel.
I mean, they
music
weren't even
there, really.
hardly looking at us. We had the guy had a sound system that he had bought from a thrift store. I mean, it was definitely a learning experience. But he always made the joke, and I thought it was hilarious. He said, "Hey, we sang for thousands of years that night. It might have been corn, but it was still thousands of years." Okay.
Hey,
We did.
Truth's the truth.
it
You know,
is,
you
yeah.
just gotta set it down. That's good. Well, and obviously, one of the things that I'm going to be probably doing a lot this week in interviews in light of what has happened in recent days. What are you seeing as far as a younger generation and their response to the music and to you guys? What do you think you're seeing?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I personally think that when they hear the music, they love the music. I think now I'll be honest with you. There's times they haven't heard your music, but we notice that a lot of the places that we go, a lot of our events or services, that they're really interested when they hear the music. But a lot of them haven't heard a lot of the music, so it's kind of a good experience in that way to let them hear that, and they're just like, wow, they really enjoyed the music, and that's a good feeling, because I think that's something that we need to get more of it out there, because I love it. I love the variety of Southern gospel music, and I just think more and more people would like it if they could just be exposed to it, because you don't hear it in certain churches.
Right.
You don't hear a lot of it anymore. So
This is true. Now I will tell you, so this is the first time we've sat down for an interview.
Yeah.
We get your music, so we hear it.
Sure.
But our target audience is that younger millennial
That's
Gen
awesome,
Z. That's who we are specifically going after. Apparently now there's a Gen Alpha coming up.
all right.
So we're looking at that as
Starting
well.
all over, yeah.
And one of the things that we have found in a lot of the research studies being done, the majority, we're talking 80% of Gen Zs in several different reviews and things that have been asked, that believe everybody's lying to them.
yeah,
Social media, they know it's fake. They know it's all fake,
Right.
but they're looking for something genuine. And one of the things that we have found is, especially with more Southern gospel music, the truth is there.
absolutely.
And they're digging into that, and they're really listening to that.
Right.
And we're seeing some major new influx. In fact, we've been on our digital side, as far as apps and online, we've been seeing over 1,000 new listeners every month for the last
Awesome,
14
man.
months.
That's
awesome.
fantastic.
So we always try to encourage you, this is what they're looking for.
Yeah.
So what do you have as far as upcoming new albums, or where you got right
Yeah,
now?
we've got one we've had out for a little while.
Okay.
We actually released a song on it not too long ago on the radio. That's kind of it's like I guess what would you guys say? Maybe a convention style song.
Quartet
Or
It's
style.
definitely more. It's probably our
Yeah.
most traditional.
Yeah, on
sounding
the
It's
song.
more the song I like.
But yeah, it's out there right now and doing
Put it
pretty
that
well.
way.
We're getting some charting going on, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But it's titled "Even When the Trumpet Sounds," and it's kind of a. I tell you, one of the things I like about the song is when we were doing the tracking, the pianist that put together that intro, it blows my mind every time I
classic.
hear that song. If I hadn't seen him do it in person, I wouldn't have thought it was real. But
And we had Pat Barker come in and do bass
Yeah.
vocal on it, because it's
Yeah.
kind of a quartet sounding song.
Okay, yeah.
And we're a trio.
Yeah.
So that presented a problem.
for
Yeah.
sure,
So we're
I
like,
was gonna say,
it-
4-part harmony
it
with
needs.
3 people.
We're like,
Yeah.
when we heard it, we're like, we like the song, but it really needs a bass singer. So we brought in Pat Barker, and he laid down the bass vocal.
He was
oh,
glad
he
to
knocked
do
it out of the park.
Yeah,
He
did a great job.
That's good. Well, as far as your travels, where you started mentioning some, where are some places that you may be in the next month or so that we can kind of
Yeah.
point people to
Well,
you?
like I said, this next weekend of this week, we have 2 in Missouri. We've got one in I think it's Exeter, Missouri.
Yes.
And then
Neosho,
it's Neosho,
Missouri.
Missouri. We're doing 2 this weekend, and then the next weekend we're going to be in. We start out in Paris, Tennessee, I
Paris,
believe,
Tennessee.
and then we end up in
Shelbyville, Kentucky.
Shelbyville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Kentucky. is where we're going to end up for that
Yeah.
that weekend. So, and then we've got our own homecoming coming
Yes, I was
up
gonna
on
mention that.
October 18th, which we will have us and Sound Street and the Browders. The Browders will be with us there.
Yes.
And that's going to be on October the 18th. They're in Sapulpa, and we got a church set aside there, and we're really looking forward to it. We did it to be our second annual. We did it last year. and
Yes.
It went really well. So we're gonna do it again. Try to make it a thing. We're actually planning. Good Lord will, we're planning to expand it. Maybe do a 2-day event, and in the future, kind of bring in some more and more that we can.
Yeah.
Get it going. So we had
Try-
really
let's
good
try to
success
grow-
last year. So we want to do an event in our
Yeah.
area,
To
kind
bring
of
back
like you
music,
said, to
yeah.
bring in some new, because it's ideal for it. And we have an arena that's getting built right there in Sapulpa that they're going to have. It's like a 1,200 seat
Yeah.
place.
That's good.
So, and we've already had some conversation with them about using it for that, and they're happy to let us do that. So we're hoping that we can do that. And I definitely, let me just say, guys, I think you'd agree. We definitely wouldn't want to do more than one event a year because it's kind of crazy putting it together.
It's a lot of work
A lot of work.
behind the
But,
scenes.
Yes.
but anyway, we're excited about it. And last year was, I don't think you could have asked for a better startup event. It really went well. We had a lot of participation and everything, and so we're hoping just to build on that. So
Yeah.
that's what's coming up in the next month or so with us. So.
So if someone wanted to find your music,
Yeah.
get your music, where would they find your music?
8thstreetok.com, and then we're also on Facebook and Instagram. 8th Street OK on Facebook, and that's where you can find our music if you're not going to come to one of our events. But yeah, we're on iTunes, all those platforms, Amazon Music. What's the one?
Spotify.
Spotify,
So
yeah.
we're on all those platforms. So look us up.
So, yeah, we definitely always encourage our listeners to get the music.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can download it digital, but
Yeah.
I know that it helps more when you buy
It definitely does.
Amen, brother.
the
Amen.
CDs and stuff. So we always encourage them to do that. Because that's a
Absolutely.
good way to support you guys. I know.
Yes. Yeah.
And so, and again, our listening audience is all over the country for our digital, particularly since we're targeting that younger generation.
Right.
We got listeners all over the country downloading the app and listening. So if they can't get to your concert, we want them to buy your music.
Yes.
Yes.
So we want
absolutely.
to encourage them to do that. Well, thank you for just taking a few minutes with us. And
Thank you
with
so
us,
much for
and,
having us.
We will link all of your stuff onto our website.
Alrighty.
On our YouTube, the video, they'll be able to click and get to you as well.
Awesome.
We want them to be able to learn more about what you guys do and to be able to participate. So thank you guys for
Thank
that.
you so much. We appreciate that.
it.
Thanks.
All right.